All righty, are we on here? Testing, testing, 1, 2, check, check. Testing, testing, 1, 2, check, check.
Sounds
All
good to
righty.
me.
Sounds good to me. Welcome, guys. This is Nathan Bell from Storm Master Weather. Before we. All right, sounds good. Love you. All right. So, we're in a transition period right now where we're trying new ideas, trying new things to incorporate the viewers more. Simulcasting will be more likely deeper into the future. Let me say that again. Simulcasting will be more common in the future. So right now, let's go to our SPC outlook and talk about what we got going on. We have 3 areas of slight risks. We have a slight risk over southeastern Arkansas, western, more northwestern Mississippi, and northern Louisiana. There's a little low pressure system, we're going to talk about it in a minute, that is creating just enough spin to get storms to potentially try to rotate. Here's the good news though. We've already had showers and thunderstorms earlier, and it's kind of used up the atmosphere already. So we're using less than optimal atmospheric conditions. In the second slight risk area, in southwest Texas and southern Texas, that could be either a few clusters of storms or complexes of storms. Main risk with those would be damaging winds. In the third dry line setup, we have the dry line setup. That's the third slight risk. And a couple of supercell thunderstorms with large hail, a low tornado risk, and some damaging wind risk, probably 60, 65 miles an hour. Most common would be most present in these areas. Let's pop you over. Let me stop sharing this. Let me go over to our radar screen, show you what is going on in the Weather Center. Like I said, how this is going to work is the first live of the day if we can, with not being as much action, not being as much going on, this is how it will work. We'll come on here. The lives they're on will be mostly TikTok until we can get the rest of our viewers used to this format. This is a new format, so we're giving it a transition process. Let's share the screen. And by the way, hit that notification bell on any platform you're watching us on TikTok, or not TikTok, Facebook, on YouTube, and Twitch. Either one of the 3 platforms. Like I said, still a little bit nervous doing this. This is my first time or first time doing it. Yep, I can see the comments coming in, so that's good. Not many people on. Like I said, they're not used to this yet. They need to get the notification bells on, so they're notified when we go live. And we'll be talking about that. So let's pop up the radar, show you what's going on. You're going to hear the beep beep sound, which is our radar kind of swirling around, and we'll show you what's going on. So let's zoom in over here into Arkansas. And we do have some showers, not a whole lot in the way of thunderstorms, but some showers that we have for you this afternoon. Now, this is all part of a system that is about to make things a little bit more humid. I'm going to take off one of these. There you go. About to make things a little bit more humid. That buzzer you heard, that's likely a severe thunderstorm warning. But here it is. You're going to see this humidity. This is going to be the humidity coming in from the south to the northeast as we get deeper and deeper into the weekend. This will be a transition weekend for the Ohio Valley. We've been used to very nice weather conditions, mostly sunny skies in general, few shower chances throughout the week. However, this weekend, humidity starts going up, rain chances start going up, and eventually we'll bring in some thunderstorm opportunities next week. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect down by Abilene, Texas. And this thunderstorm here is southeast of Winters, Texas. This severe thunderstorm warning has up to golf ball sized hail and less than 50-mile-per-hour winds. But please be prepared for this storm, as there could be some hail with it. These are called mesoscale discussions. Mesoscale discussions basically discuss the atmosphere and the predictions of watch issuance. When you see this, that's a 40% chance of a watch. There's another one up to the north. Eastern Colorado and northeast New Mexico have a 60% chance of a watch issuance. Most likely, these would be in the form of severe thunderstorm watches. And do you have anything to say right now, Stormy? I'm going to bring you in here. So you can kind of collaborate with us on this. Do you have anything to say on where you think the will be most problematic today?
I definitely am keeping an eye to the west by Colorado, down towards Texas and New Mexico. But I also want to keep an eye going through the Midwest up into like Oklahoma area, just to make sure that like we're catching anything that might be just kind of popping up along the way.
Makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Let's go back over here to radar. And we've been in this weather pattern, by the way, what we call a northwesterly flow. And a northwesterly flow in the atmosphere works like this. You see a northwesterly flow like this, and it brings complexes of showers and thunderstorms in from the west to the east. And the main risk with these storms would be damaging straight line winds. Now, forward to the south, Sorry about that. Further to the south, we have our heat advisories. We have our heat advisories, and those will be in effect for the next couple of hours. And that will also have heat intensity values up to 114. 114, which is dangerous heat. So you'll need to pack the water, you'll need to pack the ice packs, and you'll definitely need to be careful outside. Construction workers as well, and a lot of different workers, power line workers, etc. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning east of Las Vegas, New Mexico. This is going to be for 60 miles an hour and quarter-sized hail. Southwestern San Miguel County and northeast New Mexico under a severe thunderstorm warning. Let's show you how this weekend could evolve for the Midwest, by the way. Because you see a cold front up here, and you're like, is that actually going to come through? Eventually it will, but it's not going to come through all the way. And I'll show you what I mean by that. During this weekend, there'll be frequent opportunities for showers and thunderstorms. You see this area right here, this rain shield right up here. That's all due to two storm systems, one to the south, one to the north. What you'll see is these will merge into the Midwest and create shower and thunderstorm opportunities. And I think the greater shower and thunderstorm opportunities is going to be in Missouri and Illinois on late tonight into Saturday. Sunday, it should start moving on, and then we bring in more thunderstorm chances next week. Here comes your rain chances. There you go. Here comes your rain chances. And you see those rain chances really start going up for Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois. And I do think it's going to be more first half of the day for St. Louis, and then moving on out after about anywhere between 2 and 5 o'clock. They should be moving on out. Moving into the Cincinnati metro, anywhere between about 3 and 6 o'clock in the afternoon into the evening, rolls on out, and we're done with the thunderstorm chances for that storm system. Then we got to worry about what's up to the north. There is the chance of severe thunderstorms as we get into Sunday for this following quadrant right here, as I'll circle, as I'll allude to, right through here. Right through here. And that's going to be our storm zone. Right now, damaging winds is the main risk. Cannot rule out an isolated tornado. And we'll see how these thunderstorms act. It'll be very interesting to watch those. Deeper into the weekend, I'll show you our NAM 3K model so everybody understands. The NAM 3K model kind of goes out a little bit farther so you can understand what's going on. And coming up next, you'll get an update for the East Coast and the West Coast. And I'll give you a little synopsis on what next week's looking like. And here's your thunderstorms. See those showers and storms. You're going to be waking up to showers and thunderstorms in Birmingham, Alabama, which would be Spann country, James Spann country, by the time you wake up for your Saturday morning. It should be more the first half of the day and then more off and on again during the afternoon and evening. So it won't be too bad after that. Presses off to the east. New storm system from the west rolls in. We'll get more heat, humidity, and shower and thunderstorm opportunities. Over here in the West Coast, by the way, over here towards the West Coast, let's show our MRMS real quick. MRMS is a national radar. Let me see if we got any questions we're getting answered. Hello, BT, the weatherman. I appreciate you on. Not doing too bad, my man. Not doing too bad. we're still working on it. 5 people's not bad to start on this. This is a
We were at
transition process.
7.
I don't anticipate us to be way up where we're at towards TikTok. So you gotta measure your expectations, as I have learned in these live streams. Let's show you the models, by the way. I want to show the models as we get into next week. Because next week, we're going to have a different weather pattern likely taking place. Do you guys see already what you see here? Let me paint this on the screen. In fact, I want the team to look at this right here. See that burnt sienna color that I'm circling right now? That right there is an excessive heat watch. There is a higher chance of us seeing excessive heat in California as we get deeper into the weekend and definitely into next week. It looks like there's going to be a heat dome that wants to develop over here in the east. Let's show you how that works. I like the Euro on this. I'm not as big of a fan on the GFS. Sometimes it agitates it a little bit, but I like the Euro. You'll see progressively every single day, and we're explaining this very simple. You see how the colors start brightening up. You start seeing more orange, more red, more white on the board, showing that excessive heat. You see those temperatures. Here is this evening. We're already seeing temperatures in the 90s, showing 100s. I don't know if we'll get there yet. I don't think we're going to get there just yet, but it is going to get hot. And it is not going to get as humid because the humidity probably won't be as high as we're dealing with the Pacific Ocean rather than the Gulf of Mexico. A little bit different. Now, you'll zoom out again. Let me know if we got any questions coming in. Definitely. And we'll bring in Lightning Bolt as she comes along. Here is Saturday. You start seeing the heat continue to slowly build. There will be a heat dome. It'll kind of look like this as we get into next week. There'll be a big high pressure. It's not going to be as big as that H, but you'll see a big high pressure. And you'll see this heat get pumped in from the south into California, Nevada, Arizona. You already got the heat. But as we get over here to the West Coast, the heat is continuing to go along. Let me see if we got anybody else commenting. Nope. Still 4 people. Not bad. One on the Twitch. Not bad. One on the Twitch. We need to get more people on the Twitch. Makes a lot of sense. And we'll start keeping track of who's on and who's not and see who the dominant platform is. Yeah, it looks like that heat really gets going as we get deeper into next week. Here's the 4th, by the way. Here's June the 4th, and it really wants to increase this heat. So it is going to be part of our story going into next week. Whereas over here, towards the east, we're actually going to start seeing more frequent cool downs probably after midweek next week. More midweek cool downs, more of what we call northwest flow. Northwest flow in the summer is frequent for showers and thunderstorms. When you get a northwest flow, and that jet stream works like that, you'll see a ridge over in the west, a trough in the east, and you'll see more frequent thunderstorm opportunities. And it does get hot towards Texas next week, but not as hot as California will be. But California won't have the humidity. In fact, we'll show the humidity. It won't be terrible. The humidity will not be terrible. In fact, we can't show the humidity. Dadgummit. All right, dadgummit. All right, let's go over here. Let's take them off. Watch them both on Facebook and YouTube. What's up, Tornado Man? I appreciate you joining us. This is going to be a transition process as we go straight from all TikTok to continue to gradually go onto multi-streaming platforms. So just something to keep in mind. All right, let me take this off. I'm going to take this off, stop that stream. I want to pop on the pivotal weather. I'm going to pop on the pivotal weather because that's going to be our better way to do this. It's going to be our better way to do this. We're going to go to our pivotal weather. This is going to be something to get used to. I'm going to say that right now. It's definitely going to take a learning curve. Let's go over here to Euro. Let's show your West Coast because that's where we're talking about right now with the dangerous heat as we get into next week. And let's show your dew points. Let's show your dew points because the dew points won't be crazy. I don't see any crazy dew points. No crazy dew points with the heat. But we'll start to see dew points. Ooh, 1 second. Those dew points actually get into the 50s. That's interesting. So we do get some dew points into the 50s. Not going to be bad, but it is going to just make it just a little bit hotter. Let's show your temperature. They're not going to be as much of a heat index, but there's going to be more of a temperature difference. Look at those temperatures glow up, guys. Look at those temperatures that glow up. This is Saturday, wanting to show temperatures in the mid to upper 90s. And then we'll go into Sunday. Here's your temperatures on Sunday. Looks like it's not as bad. Looks like we're more right around 90. We get a little bit of a reprieve, but it does come back. It comes back, and we keep the heat in Southern California too, where we could see temperatures down by Death Valley towards 100 degrees. Keep on going on forward here. This could be the hottest day. And if I was really worried about the heat, it looks to be that Tuesday through, Thursday time frame. And then it could even get hotter than that by the time we get to Friday. So Tuesday through Thursday, maybe even Friday, we might see excessive heat warnings in California. So definitely we want you to be prepared for the dangerous heat. What else are we tracking? Well, let me go over here. Let's go into the Euro again. I want to go to the Euro again. And I want to show the national radar. And go to the continental US. Let's go to the precip rate. And you'll see more frequency, higher frequency of shower and thunderstorm opportunities. So we'll see those. That's going to be our system tomorrow, right here. That's going to head on out. We'll get a little bit of a lull. Then you see these thunderstorms over here. That's our next low pressure system into the plains and the Ohio Valley. We'll have some rain opportunities up in the Pacific Northwest. By the way, that buzzer you hear, that is the potentially severe thunderstorm warnings. And then we'll keep on going to the east, and we see more frequent shower and thunderstorm opportunities. It's not showing it very well, but I definitely see frequent shower and thunderstorm opportunities anywhere between Tuesday and Thursday of next week, anywhere between about 40 to 70%. 40 to 70%. And then eventually a cold front will come through. A cold front will finally try to come through and take our temperatures down. And it'll start drying us out too as we get into next week. I'll show it to you in the GFS. GFS gets a lot more aggressive. That's why I don't like the GFS. Let's see if we got any questions. Streaming on multiple platforms helps really good during tornado outbreaks. That's why I used this past Sunday. Yeah, we're doing this in a gradual sense. We're not doing this in a sense that's going to be a rapid transition. It's going to be a gradual transition. Let's see who we got on now. 2 on YouTube, 1 on Twitch. Looks like 2 on your profile, Natalie, 3 on my profile, and I don't see any on the Storm Master Weather page on Facebook, which is interesting. We will definitely need to fix that. Definitely need to fix that. All right. Let's show you that humidity, by the way, that goes up, because the humidity is on its way up. On its way up, and we will see more higher humidity opportunities. And here it is. See that higher humidity? We're starting to see more dew points in the 60s. We're seeing a lot more severe thunderstorm warnings. And we just got a new severe thunderstorm watch. So the next live will be on TikTok. Next live on TikTok until we really fully get used to the platform here. It will be more of an off and on type of thing until we fully get people transitioned to this new way of doing things. So it's going to take a little bit. All right. So yeah, looks like that humidity really starts jumping up. I'd say we really start seeing the higher humidity in the upper Midwest by the time we get to Sunday. And then by the time we get in the late Saturday, early Sunday, dew points climb into the low 60s, mid 60s, into the noticeable to muggy category. Noticeable to the muggy category. But watch how this purple, which is very humid, which is the tropical slash oppressive humidity, wants to take over. And until we get the front coming through, you see that front comes through midweek, and we'll finally start to calm the weather pattern again. Let's show you our severe weather setup on Sunday, by the way. I do want to show you our severe weather setup on Sunday. And go over there. Let's go to the 500 millibar. Let's keep on going. That's the jet stream, by the way. That's your jet stream way off to the north. So mostly a little bit of a zonal flow for the most part until we get over here to the Ohio Valley. This is a little ridge. This is a little trough right here, a little short wave. Little shortwave trough bringing in some showers and storms. We go into next week, see that jet stream over here, bringing in more shower and thunderstorm opportunities, probably more in the way of showers. It's not really a very active jet stream. This jet stream's not as active as it was when we was in the peak in May. Let me go over to our severe weather setup. So we won't have the jet stream very much intact for the most part. Let's go to our surface-based cape. And this is our severe weather setup for tomorrow, by the way. Not tomorrow, Sunday. Sunday. So here it is. You'll see the energy get pushed up into, get really pushed up into northern Iowa and into Minnesota, where the jet stream's at. If we can get unstable atmosphere here, let me see if we got any SIGTOR parameters. It's not the only thing we look at. Let's see if we got any more comments. We're using OBS or Streamlabs. We're using neither. We are using StreamYard. We're using StreamYard. 7 people on this live. Not bad for a transitional situation. So we're going to work on this. And we're going to try to increase those as we go farther along.
I'm working on cross posting a few more places.
Good job on that. All right, let's go over here. What's the SIGTOR parameters look like? Now there is some there. There's some there. It's not like overly like crazy, but there is some there. And let's take a look at a sounding over here where that SIGTOR is. It is TOR. It is not a impressive photograph too. But we do have the veering of the winds. It's more dramatic though. You want a kind of a gradual shift in the winds, and no cap. So we have no cap. We got Cape 2400 joules per kilogram. This is going to be southwest Minnesota. Looks like we don't have as much of rotation in the atmosphere, as much rotation in the atmosphere. Breaking cap, that'll be easy up there. That's not going to be a problem. It's going to be if we can see any supercells, which let's hope we don't see them. Let's hope we don't see them. Let's go over here to our bulk shear. Bulk shear, by the way, is wind shear. It's wind shear in the atmosphere. So here's Saturday. Here's Sunday. Yeah, little minor little jet streak right here. A little minor jet streak. A little bit of a higher winds up above, anywhere between 50 to 55 knots. 50 to 55 knots. So we'll have to watch that area. Wants to favor that area. Let me see if other models do that. And how do you do that? Well, we're going to compare. Let's go over here to the NAM model and see if it compares. Okay, this has a better environment for it, a more torn environment. The NAM does, its cousin does. Let's see what the Icon does. Does not have as good of an environment, and it even has a little bit of an elevated cap. Cap is when this white dotted line right here gets overtaken by the red. And you see that right here. So we are doing that. We are doing that in that sense. Let's go over here to our, see what else would be a good model. Let's go to the HER. Go to the HER. The 18Z HER. It's not showing that big time rotation in the atmosphere. And it even wants to show a higher cap. It wants to show a higher cap in the atmosphere. That's a substantial cap right there. So the only model that's grabbing an idea of a tornado threat, southern Minnesota, southeastern South Dakota, is the NAM model at this point. It does show the veering in the winds here. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. I think storms could get ongoing. Let me see here. We go back over here to our reflectivity. And I don't mind going in depth at times, but sometimes simplicity is better. Simplicity is better. All right, still looking at 2 people on YouTube, 1 person on Twitch, 0 on yours, Nat, 0 on yours, and 3 on mine. So we're, like I said, it's a work in progress. Not bad. We'll work on those numbers next time we go live. We'll be ending this live shortly and then going back over to TikTok, etc., in doing that kind of transitional phase. It's a better way to do things because if you don't do it that way and you just rapidly change over, people won't know where to go. So I think it is going to be something to keep in mind. All right, let's see. See what it does. All right, so this is going to be Friday, so that's not it. That's not the severe threat. There could be some thunderstorms with that, though. We've already had a tornado spin up. I'll show that on the TikTok live since I don't know what the Facebook guidelines and all those other guidelines use. Okay, this is going to be Sunday. And it's showing 1 supercell thunderstorm potentially to start the day, and then a couple right here. In fact, let's do a box sounding in this. Call it a box sounding. What's the box sounding show in this area? Marginal torn. There is some turning. There is some turning in the atmosphere. It's not aggressive and it's not fast. It's not like we don't have as much of speed shear, is what I call speed shear. There's speed shear and then there's directional shear. And from what I see, we don't have as much of that, but it does have a discrete mode. So definitely need to keep an eye on this. Right now, I favor, just by looking at the models, not just on the live, but from what I've been looking at behind the scenes, I favor west of Minneapolis, eastern South Dakota, southwestern Minnesota, main areas. So the metropolitan area that would be impacted would be like Sioux Falls. So let's show you our severe thunderstorm watch that's in effect. We'll end the live here shortly. We'll kind of evaluate how things went with the live, and then we'll do this again maybe tomorrow, potentially. So we're just going to kind of touch and go on it, and I think it has potential to work. We have a new severe thunderstorm watch till 11 p.m. Central Time, Eastern New Mexico, Oklahoma Panhandle, and the Western Texas Panhandle. And that's going to be for the potential. Let's see what the probabilities look like. Not a high tornado threat. Good. Damaging wind threat 60%, and hail threat 50%. I'll show you our SPC outlook the next couple of days as well. Hold on a second. Take that on off. Let's put on the SPC outlook. Go on the SPC outlook here and go from there. So here is tomorrow's severe weather outlook, mainly along the dry line, and then storms that can get going with the low pressure system that was in Arkansas earlier today. That's going to go into the southeast, and that's going to bring in the lower end chance for a severe storm or two. Main threat is heavier rain, maybe some gusty winds, and a little bit of hail. Looks like hail is the main threat tomorrow. Yeah. Hatched on the hail, eastern Colorado, southwestern Nebraska, southwest Texas, eastern New Mexico. And what's the tour look like? Not high. Looks like it favors southwest Texas, southeastern New Mexico, northeast Colorado, southwest Nebraska, and then the hail favors a good portion of the dry line. All righty. We've been on for about a good. All right. Okay. We're getting a lot more people on YouTube. So that's good. So the YouTube part has a good potential to work. So if you're not doing this already, let me take time to talk about this real quick. If you're not doing this already, you need to hit the notification bell on any platform you're watching so you can see the rest of our lives and you can see what's going on weather-wise. We are more of a simplicity weather, meaning we try to be more simple with our weather content in our weather coverage. So that's what we try to do here. We try not to get, how do I say it, overcomplicated. I'm not a kind of guy that likes talking above people's heads. I'm not a kind of guy that likes talking above people's heads. I like talking down on certain people's levels. And yes, this is a start. We're going to make mistakes. This is a start of us doing something new. Anytime you start doing something new in a business, anytime you start doing something new in anything you do in life, you're going to have trial and error. And we are going to. But I can see that this has a high potential of working. I do think so. If we can get more team members on board with this, I think this can work. I really do. I think this can work. The only thing is the TikTok lives on who would be on there and helping with comment section and stuff like that. Because remember, the reason why we're doing this is because of the fact of the viewer. We're doing it because of the viewer. So no matter how we're doing this, I want it to be viewers first, science second. I want the viewers to be interactive with us so they can be a part of the live and feel like they're helping as well. Remember, we don't just track severe weather, we track all things weather, from fire weather. In fact, let's go take a look at fire weather. In fact, let's go do that. Just reminded myself. Congratulations, Nate. You just reminded yourself. All right, let's go over here. And let's go to our Storm Prediction Center. Go back over here. Go show our fire weather. Here's our fire weather, and it looks very interesting. We have a fire weather outlook that's elevated. Extreme southern Utah, northern Arizona, in northwest New Mexico, extreme southwest Colorado. But the one that interests me the more is over here by Tampa and Fort Myers, Florida. And I'll show you why that's the case. And we'll show this also on the TikTok live as well. We'll show this on the TikTok live as well. And yep, we are sharing it. This is areas that I'm talking about with the higher drought. So let's pick on Florida here, because I'm a little worried about the drought situation in Florida. You see central and southern Florida, and you see the legend here: abnormally dry, moderate drought, severe drought, extreme drought, exceptional drought. You see mostly a moderate to severe drought. That's enough to get wildfires going. That's enough to get wildfires going. So we're definitely going to want to watch that as well. That could be a Storm Master weather impact. And then over here in the plains, hold on a second. It looks like the Pacific Northwest is starting to get some of that drought increasing up there. Looks like Washington, Montana. Looks like northern Idaho, and then also Kansas, and as well as New Mexico, Arizona, and Southwest Texas. Let's go to our Environment Canada. Let's go to our Environment Canada. Environment Canada, they let you know if there's different stuff going on. So let's show our weather alerts in Canada. Should show a map. This is a new one. This is a new one. All right, there you go. All right, so we do have frost. We have frost statements. That's what they call them here. We had a frost statement north of Calgary. And that's southwest of Edmonton. We got some type of warning up here about the Rankin Inlet. Freezing rain warning into parts of Canada. And that looks about it. Let's get the radar popped up on here and see what we got. Not a whole lot. Just this area of rainfall right here in southern Saskatchewan. Looks like a few sprinkles and showers over there. Southern Alberta. And then also parts of southwest Manitoba. All right, so we are starting to hit the wrap up button on this stream because we are about to stop this, but we are going to continue to do this off and on. You're going to start seeing us do this on multiple platforms more as we get deeper into the summer. Thank you for tuning in to Storm Master Weather. That is the bottom line, because the Storm Master said so, and because Natalie said so, and Pauline said so as well. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you over on the TikTok live.